Oh, I guess that worked. I thought it was gonna have me do the select broadcast thing and everything. Oh well. I guess we'll just jump right in then. Hey, Penguini, how's it going? Let's see. Got that posting over there. What happened to Species Unknown? We were just playing it yesterday for the update. We'll probably play it again whenever it gets updated again, which will be however long. I think the next update for it will be the lab update, so it should be a fun one. Uh-oh. Let me see. Restart the cache. Oh. I need to restart the cache on that. Because the chat box is not... Oh, there it is. Why, thank you, thank you. Hey, Alex, how's it going? Thank you for the birthday wishes, Penguini. I appreciate it. How's your days? How's y'all's day going? Anything exciting going on for you? Damn, Alex. Fucking wild. That would be assuming that I have family who would live long enough to put me in a nursing home. I don't have any family. I have 2 younger siblings, but I don't have any, like, family who'd be considering putting me in a nursing home. Diabolical, though, regardless. Okay, so that might be fixed now. Maybe. Maybe being the keyword. Hey, Shiro, how's it going? I had a great dinner with the family. We had some noodles and chicken. My old man's wife makes some amazing noodles and chicken. So we had a really good time. And thank you for the birthday wishes. I appreciate it. But yeah, I'd say for as far as dinner goes, dinner was great. Company was better, and we had a good time. I'm just gonna give it a few minutes here just to kind of let things get settled, and then we'll let it we'll kick off. Do a little questions. Yep, indeed, got a cake. Kept it classic, nothing fancy, just, you know, basic vanilla cake, chocolate frosting, that sort of thing. Didn't go overboard with it. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of bigger into the ice cream than I am the cake, so. But you do get a nice piece of cake and then you put some nice couple scoops of ice cream on there, it really hits the spot. But yeah, I'd say it was a good time. See, I'm not too big a fan when it's the entire cake is ice cream actually. Like ice cream cake is good, right? But it's a little much. I like having the warmth of the cake, like a nice warm cake, and then having the nice cold ice cream with it. That's what makes it good. An ice cream cake just kind of defeats the purpose. All right, well, we'll kind of get started with things for now. I know you guys had left me some questions yesterday, so I can then get started with that, and then you guys can kind of add things as we go. I don't really have too many, rules per se with the whole questionnaire thing. It's, we're a small community. We're not going to get flooded with shit. I should be able to keep up with things just fine. If people end up hopping in with like absurd questions or whatnot, like and I mean like ridiculous questions, like just straight up inappropriate for the sake of being inappropriate, we can deal with it if and when it comes up, but I'm not too worried about that. What are your thoughts on tres leches cake? Dude, I don't even know if I've had that. I'll be honest. Let the interrogation begin. Interrogation is wild. Hold on, let me drop my dude down a little bit because it's a little disconcerting when I see my guy get decapitated or bisected at the waist every time I talk. There we go. And then actually real quick too, what are we looking at? Yeah, vertical stream is up, but I wouldn't really recommend it for this one. Vertical stream looks a little rough today. I could theoretically make it look a little better at the moment. Let me get the vertical stream looking a little prettier, and then and then we'll start that. Give me one sec. We got time today, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. But I know we got some people who like popping in on the stream, so we'll put it like right. Yeah, that should be good enough. All right, a little bit of adjustment there. And then actually, let me make sure that it's looping. Yeah. All right. Looking at a double wolf. Yeah, ignore the wolf in the background. You see no other wolf in the background. Do not look at the man behind the curtain. He does not exist. I'm just dual purposing my outro screen because it looks a little nicer. And my artist worked hard on it. I had actually asked my artist to, something that she'll be doing for me at some point. Essentially making it so that, hey Spacey, how's it going? Uh-oh, it looks like I'll need to, hold on, let me pop out my vertical chat here because it looks like my vertical chat might be a little fucky today. It's always one of my two chats. It's either the system reads my main chat, like my horizontal chat, or it reads my vertical chat. It looks like today it's going to be reading my vertical chat, but it's fucking over my horizontal. Where was I? I was saying something. I don't remember what I was saying. Oh, right. Artists will be giving me a version of these backgrounds that doesn't have the wolf present for things like this. That way I can just kind of like talk on them, you know, just kind of do things like this a little more often. But even with the other backgrounds that she's currently working on for the starting soon and break screens. So that'll be a good time. And oh, we have not had that happen in a minute. Well, shit. I didn't see that coming. I thought I'd fixed that. Huh. Like, fuck, I learned about popping out the chat today because my chat just went fucking dark in my OBS. That's unfortunate. Huh. Well, okay then. I don't have a way to fix that right now. That's really unfortunate. Oh well. All right, I still have a way to pull up your guys' chats here on the side of my screen. Thankfully, I'm not playing a game today. If I was playing a game today, I'd be beyond fucked. Oh god, even the activity feed is going all haywire. What the hell is happening? Oh god, I hope the stream chat too didn't like get fucked. Alright, well, it wouldn't be a wolf stream if shit wasn't going all fucky, so I guess it's true to form if nothing else. Alright, well, let the interrogation begin. You guys are welcome to ask questions in the chat. I'll keep up with them. For now, I'll start with the questions that people had already asked from yesterday that we said we would work on today or answer today. So one of the first questions we can tackle was, what is your cultural background and what was your food like being brought up in that background? Well, I'm American, if you couldn't tell. I'm American through and through. There's nothing too spectacular to write home about in that. And when it comes to the kind of food that I'd have as an American, it's pretty much your standard fare. What's up, Lobsters? How's it going? Pretty much your standard fare. I was raised originally out in the Midwest, so I had a lot of pretty much a corn-fed boy type shit, where I had a lot of meats, a lot of grains, a lot of dairy. Grew up culture-wise to be pretty, you know, yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am, sort of respectful, like almost Southern in a way. But in terms of food, I'd say just about anything you can imagine to be American food is kind of what you'd expect. American food-wise is pretty much just about anything you can imagine from around the world, just centralized in the States, right? Like we take just about anything from anywhere and we'll kind of make it our own. But pizza, I'd have to say, would be a staple and what I'd call like a favorite. I don't think I could go without pizza. If you want a flat baseline, I'd say a nice pepperoni pizza, but any sort of like meat on pizza is kind of the way to go, if you ask me. Chicago, New York style. I'll take Chicago deep dish any day of the week, personally. I think a deep dish pizza is so damn good. It's so bad for you, but it's so damn good. Oh my God. But no, Chicago definitely has New York beat on pizza, and I will fight any East Coaster that has anything to say against that. I'm not even gonna lie. Let's see here. What places have I been? What are some of the craziest things you've ever done? What has been your best experiences in life, et cetera, et cetera? Well, the States is a big place. I've been to quite a few of the states. So I'm from the Midwest originally, right? And then back when I was a teenager, me and my family moved out to, we'll call it the Rockies, right? The general select set of states where the Rockies are, the Rocky Mountains. So we've been over here ever since. This was back in about 2014-ish, so it's been over a decade. Since then, I mean, I've been down to a few of the South American countries. I've been down to both. God damn, lobsters calling out Ung status already, man. Shit. So for those of you who haven't put it together yet, by my little announcement in the Discord, when I said I was aging along with the millennium this year. Does anyone know what it means when I'm saying I'm aging along with the millennium? I'm telling you my age when I say that, or what year I was born in. See if anyone's got the cleverness in them. Yep, lobster's got it. Lobster is right on the fucking nail on the head. You know what? Let me actually pull up my own shorts video here because it might actually be easier to read the chat this way. Let's see here. I need to hold on real quick. I just got to make a couple adjustments real quick. I have no idea who RJ Barrett is, bud. A little more. Oh, that's why I had it all the way over here, is because it looks wrong on the vertical. No, Ruko, I'm not gay. That's your job, bud. I will leave that to you. You do it very competently. Sorry, I'm just fixing up the vertical stream real quick. Nah, I don't follow sports. I like playing sports, but I've never been a big fan of following along with sports, like professional sports. Apologies, give me 1 minute here, guys. All right, that's good enough. All right, sorry about that. Let me see. Roll back here. Alex got him older than you. Lol, same, says Shiro. So Shiro's a 2000s baby. 1994 for me, and you miss your 20s. Oh yeah, you're in your 30s now, huh, bud? But yes, I am a 2000s baby, and so keeping track of my age is fairly simple. Have I been watching Mall Shadow Lord? I've gotten two episodes into it so far. I haven't had the time to actually watch through the rest of it yet. So I'm only about 2 episodes in. Shiro, you're in 1997. Ah, gotcha. What were you saying? Lol. Oh, you're saying lol same to Alex. Got it. That makes more sense. Thank you, Ruko. Thanks for the birthday wishes. I appreciate it, man. But yeah, so we moved out to the Rockies area, you know, the Rocky Mountain area in 2014. We've been here ever since. Oh, I thank you. I'll take a look at it later, bud. And then back in, let's see here. We have, without getting into too much information, let's see here. Oh my gosh, why is this? Gosh, sorry. It is, my OCD fucking decides to hit me at the weirdest of times. I'm sorry, guys. Oh God, why? No, why? Oh God. There we go. I fixed it. I'm sorry. No, there was no illegal moonshine in my childhood. Unfortunately, I was a Midwestern kid, not a Southeastern kid. Lobsters is Mull that good? It's that peak, you're saying? I gotta watch. Gotta get a roll on watching the rest of it, huh? You know what? Actually, let me. Oh, never mind. Sorry, I'm highly disorganized because my chat decided to go gray on me for some reason. I think the files in my OBS got corrupted, so I might have to re-download OBS, which is phenomenal. All right, let's see here. So no sports or crap load of illegal moonshine in your childhood? No, actually, there was a shit ton of sports in my childhood. I played about every sport you can imagine that had a ball in it. I played a crap ton of sports. I did MMA from when I was 4 to 14. I played football, baseball, basketball, soccer. A little bit of lacrosse, a little bit of tennis, a little bit of baseball. Just did water polo for a stint. Like I did a. Are you asking what lacrosse is, or just asking if I played it? Because I think I said it. I think I added that to the list. I know there's a way to fucking. Oh, there we go. Yeah. I only did lacrosse for a year, though. It wasn't my jam. There's a lot of sports that I played that I wasn't very good at. There's plenty of sports that I played that I enjoyed and I had fun with and that I was very good at, but there was also a lot of sports that I played that I was just not very good at. Yeah, exactly. My parents are super supportive too. So they were like, you know, if there's a sport that interests you, you know, we'll try to get you signed up for some. We were fortunately in a town too that had a shit ton of youth programs in terms of different sports that they had kids playing. So I was able to try a massive variety of things. Fucking hell, Alex. But ever since then, we've been in the same spot mostly since 2014. I might move down to this more southern part of the states here within about a year or two. Just kind of depending on, you know, a few things that may or may not happen. But other than that, went off, joined the Corps 2019, got out back in 2023. And I've been back home here ever since. And yeah, back when we did the Corps, we had our deployments. Both our deployments were out to Okinawa. I'm not a combat vet or anything. My job in the Marine Corps was 0311. It was just a standard rifleman. So, but we didn't have any combat. I think the only combat that was actually happening during my time in was that Afghanistan withdrawal, and that was not my unit. I don't remember who it was. I think it was like 2-9 or 2-7 or something. But that was not my unit. That was involved in the Afghanistan withdrawal. So we saw no combat, but we went and sailed around the Pacific twice. Had a good time during it too, but how good with my accuracy with a rifle? I dropped 3 points on my rifle qual, and I am still pissed about it to this day. Otherwise, I got expert every time. Three points in the shittiest firing position known to mankind, the sitting. I'd be paying for the fucking equipment. You're not wrong. Dude, even without having gone to combat, SIF was still a fucking nightmare, dude. Turning in your gear, they are like, you could be missing a goddamn strap. Like a strap that like, you didn't even know if like this was part of your equipment or not. It was like a strap that I'm shocked they even noticed it was supposed to be there, sort of thing. And they'd be like, well, where's this strap that's supposed to like do this, this, and that? Ruko, you'd fucking die in boot camp. No, I'm just kidding. I'd say when it comes to most people, I'm not even gonna lie, man, boot camp, they're trying to push you through boot camp. Like they want you to succeed in boot camp. As long as you want to get through boot camp, you'll make it through boot camp. They will help you. They're not going to help you politely. Like they're not going to be kind about it, but boot camp is the easiest part of the military by far. Like I'm not even kidding. It is probably by far the easiest part of the military. I'd say the ITB after boot camp was way fucking harder than boot camp ever was. Oh yeah, ITB for anyone not in the know is well, actually what they used to do, because now they do IMC, which I think the acronym is like Infantry Marine Commando or some shit. But ITB back when I was in was called Infantry Training Battalion, where you do a month with everyone all together, and then you do another month learning your specific job. So for us, it was split up into riflemen, mortarmen, and machine gunners, because the assaultmen had just been decommissioned as an MOS. Is it bad to stand out in the military, especially in the Marines, because you get responsibility but no raise or promotion? I mean, yes and no. Yes and no. There's a dual answer that comes with that, right? When it comes to putting yourself out there and being the guy who gets shit done, right? There is the benefit of you're working during a workup. So a workup is usually about a 2-year period or so before you guys deploy together. So the workup, during a workup, you have what's called, your senior Marines and your junior Marines. Junior Marines are all the new guys coming in from boot camp. They're learning all the basics. All your senior Marines are the dudes who have already been on a deployment before. Raises come with promotion. Promotion usually comes if you qualify and there's an opening, right? Again, yes and no. So what it boils down to is, as a junior Marine, if you're doing the fucking shit you're supposed to do, you're learning the shit you're supposed to learn, your seniors will take notice of this. And depending on your seniors, this can be a positive or a negative thing. They can either abuse that fact and just run you ragged, right? Or they can, if they're good seniors that are going to understand you're putting in the work, utilize the fact that you were putting in the work. All right, thank you, bud. I'll go take a look at it later, but I appreciate it. You have a good time at work. They'll appreciate the fact you're putting in the work, and they will utilize you in the working parties. But when it comes to like the genuine shitty shit, they'll know you're putting in the work, and they'll typically call on the guys that they know aren't putting themselves out there and aren't putting in the work, right? The shitheads. And they'll put them on the more shitty working duties. They'll put them on the more shitty working parties. But when it comes to like sticking out to hire, right? It comes with promotions. Unfortunately, like with everything, it comes down to a game of who you know, not so much of what you know. Because the corporals and sergeants and all them types who get chummy with their staff sergeants, their gunnies, their first sergeants, they're gonna be the ones who are gonna have a better chance of getting promoted. Like, if we're just being honest, it's a game of favorites. Those are the guys who are going to be getting the positions. Those are the guys who are going to be getting the better working details, the better leadership roles. Picking up faster than everyone else, right? That's just how the game is played, frankly. It's how it is. Love it or hate it. But it's not all, that's also not just a military thing. That you kind of older you get, you learn that it's just kind of everywhere. That's just kind of how life is, you know? So, you know, you take what you can learn from it. Keep on keeping on. But as for some of the craziest shit I've done, going on to like the second half of the question, some of the craziest shit I've done would probably have been in the military. A lot of it, I can't say too many specifics, and not because it's like, oh, it's top secret bullshit. No, it's not top secret bullshit. It's just that it's so specific that if you were to look up these events, you could probably very easily link them to the unit that I was a part of, and that's a little too close to home. Because we were, our unit was a known. And it was an interesting reputation, to say the least. We were not well-behaved children, let's put it that way. But I'd say some of the most fun shit we've done is some of the helicopter stuff we've done. Fast roping out of helicopters, learning how to get out of helicopters if they're drowning in water, that sort of thing. Any sort of live fire training was always a blast. So live fire mount towns. Mount is MOUT, military operations in urban terrain. So you'd use live grenades, live gunfire. There'd be specific bunkers set up where they're like reinforced, encased bunkers. That's where you throw the grenades into. And then the engineers would come up and they'd, no shit, breach doors with explosives for these buildings. And these buildings were like, gotta be at least 3 to 5 feet of concrete for every single wall, man. It was kind of fucking nuts. But then we do these things with like vehicle support. So we'd have our like, we'd have our JLTVs and shit riding alongside us, and we'd use them to go from building to building using them as cover. And they'd go back and forth and shit. So that was probably some of the craziest shit we've done. It was a lot of fun. Let's see. What else we got here? What's your opinion on guns today? Are they kind of boring now with the same Glock being made 15 times over? Or you just find them exciting? I still find them exciting personally. Like, yeah, you have, I guess it's kind of a way of, you know, there's only so many ways to skin a cat, right? When it comes to like, oh, it's the same Glock over and over and over. It's like, well, yeah, but I was mostly introduced to shooting through the military, right? So like, I know a lot of people when they go shooting and like what their view on firearms comes to like, oh, well, this gun is like this type of precision and the slide is, you know, real slick and, you know, you're able to mount a red dot on it and it already comes with the Picatinny on the bottom. You know, and that's like how they measure the worth of a gun, right? For me, the worth of a gun is, can you effectively put rounds onto a center mass target at an effective distance, right? And for me, I have a Glock 19 that I have as like my basic everyday at home gun. For work, I carry a Glock 17. And I'm actually kind of excited about the Gen 6 Glocks that they're coming out with. I think they look pretty slick. But I've also used everything from FNs, SIGs, Springfields, M&Ps. Like, I've used a whole bunch of shit. And I ended up settling with a Glock, not because it's like, oh, well, I just love the feel of Glock or anything. I bought it because it was cheap. If it needs to be confiscated because I unfortunately ever had to use it, then, well, it's cheap. And actually, real quick, now that I'm looking at this a little closer, let me... and it got the job done. Most importantly than anything, I didn't need like any of the fancy crap that everything else comes with, because I can still hit the center mass target, or I can still hit the target center mass perfectly fine. Don't get me wrong, can I more consistently hit like a very pinpoint specific spot if I use something like an FN? Yeah, absolutely. Can I get a little more, you know, oh, I can hit this specific spot on the shoulder if I use an M9 because it's like heavier, it's got a little less recoil to it? Yeah, absolutely. But I don't need it. And I think that's kind of the big important thing to it, is people get over reliant on this fancy crap that guns give them, right? And I think that's where a lot of the issues end up lying, is they don't trust in their fundamentals enough. Let me do... do you like it when Glock switches from 9 to 45 ACP? I think Glock is a little too light for a 45 ACP personally. If it's gonna be 45 in any way, shape, or form, if it's gonna be anything above, like anything 45 and above, I genuinely prefer it to be a little more heavy, just because to counteract the recoil, it makes it a little easier. But would I be able to make a 45 Glock work, and have I made a 45 Glock work in the past? Yes. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, 45 will punch straight through, you know, the majority of armor that the gangs are likely to be able to get their hands on, so fuck it. At least that they're wearing anything that'll be able to be concealed in any way, shape, or form. So, like I said, I'd still prefer something a little heavier if I'm shooting 45, just to help control the recoil. I think Glock's a little light to be shooting 45, but again, it's cheap and it works. When it comes to a firearm that's going to be a workhorse for you, those should be your qualifications. Can you put accurate shots on target? And is it cost effective? Both the ammunition and the firearm. That goes for rifles, it goes for rifles, it goes for handguns, shotguns, everything across the board. How do you handle people in the military who actually want to kill people or not wanting to serve the country? So the nice thing about that is, for the most part, I don't. So dudes like that are typically sifted out during, I don't know, evaluations, I guess you can call them. But at the same time, there's a difference between, excuse me, people who want to go into the military and actually want to kill people, right? Because there's a difference between going into the military and having people that are there only because they want to kill people, and people who are there because they'd want to kill people. And let me explain this difference to you, right? If you join the military just because you want to kill people, like, oh, that is your only reason for joining, like 100%, no other reason, that is your blanket reason because you think you're going to get away with sanctioned murder, you're just a psychopath, right? Hopefully that's going to be caught by the recruiters. Hopefully that's going to get caught by MEPs, things of that nature. Hopefully you're going to be sifted out before you're ever even in the military, and the rest of the military has to deal with you. But when it comes to something like the Marine Corps, right, or the Marine Corps infantry, I'll let you in a little bit of secret with the Marine Corps, or give you a little lesson on the military in general, right? When it comes to the military, the U.S. military, we have our branches of military: Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine Corps. If you want to join the military, you join the Army or the Navy. If you want to join a branch of government or a business, you join the Air Force. If you want to join a cult, you join the Marine Corps. And that cult, frankly, as cringy as this is going to sound, is killing people. The entire job of the Marine Corps, regardless of what your job in the Marine Corps is ensuring that the rifleman, my MOS, the 0311, the rifleman, is able to get to the battlefield and close the last 100 meters on the enemy to close combat and kill the enemy. That's it. That is your entire job if you're in the Marine Corps, right? It doesn't matter if you're a cook. If you're a cook, your job is to feed people so that they have the energy to do their jobs, or feeding the infantry directly to make sure they have the energy to close the distance. If you are a mechanic, your job is to maintain the equipment so that the Marines can get there faster. If your job is a artilleryman, your job is to suppress the enemy so that the infantry, or kill the enemy so the infantrymen can close and kill off the rest. But as that infantryman, if you are Marine Corps infantry, part of the reason you joined up as the infantry is because you have that desire to kill. But it's not the only reason. But if you join the Marine Corps and you're a rifleman and there isn't part of you that doesn't want to get your bayonet bloody, or you don't want to see some sort of fucking death and destruction of the enemy in front of your feet, your training failed you, because that's what our training builds you up to want to do, with a cultish religious mentality. You've heard the first job of a Marine is rifleman. Yeah, so there's a common saying to every Marine a rifleman. There's truth to it, right? Every Marine a rifleman, right? Now, it's because every Marine is able to use, shoot at targets, or at least when they're static, they're able to shoot accurate fire at 500 meters accurately. Nobody else is required to get the bare minimum score on the range like Marines are. Like, you need to qualify on the range in the Marine Corps. Every other branch qualifying on the rifle range is not necessary. So that's why every Marine, regardless if you're infantry or not, is considered a rifleman. But it also means that, like, even if the infantry is flanked or they push through the infantry, the enemy, every rifleman who isn't, or every Marine who isn't infantry in the back lines is still able to effectively fend off enemies. That's like the goal behind it. What's favorite caliber to shoot? I still like the 380 Nitro Express Elephant gun. I mean, honestly, just like to shoot 5.56 because it's what I'm comfortable with. If we're just talking about like my favorite caliber to go down to the range and pop some shots off, just a nice comfortable day. Yeah, 5.56 all day, every day. I'm gonna shoot that all day, every day. In terms of like just a fun, solid thunk when you shoot it though, 308. I like 308. 308 gives a nice little kick to you. Let's see here. And then as for the vice versa, how do you handle those who have no plan, aren't really trying to be there, or like want to be there? I mean, we have those guys. They're just typically, we just call them shitbags. People are just kind of like coasting through. I mean, they happen. And typically, they just collect their paycheck, go through the motions, and they leave the Corps eventually. There's not a lot you can do about them, unless they get themselves in trouble. If you could live anywhere, where would you live? See, that's actually a great question because I'm trying to figure that out right now. Because I don't really want to live where I live currently. So I'm trying to figure out, well, if I don't want to live where I live currently, where do I want to live? So I don't actually know. Asia was absolutely gorgeous where we went on deployments, right? Japan was absolutely stunning, but it's not somewhere that I'd want to live, right? It's somewhere I'd love to visit again, but it's not somewhere I'd want to live. I don't think I'd want to live anywhere other than the States, honestly, from what I've seen. But I'd definitely like to go out and visit different places more. All right, and then I think that's all we had for the questions we had yesterday anyway. So whatever questions we have left, we can kind of go forward from there. It's vastly, vastly different, yeah. I had thought about it once because I was actually talking to this girl from Japan this one time, and it was getting somewhat serious. And we were actually like talking through things like, well, what would this actually look like if we actually decided to go through with things? And it was like, well, would the possibility of you living in Japan be a thing? And I was like, well, we gave it serious thought. I didn't like brush it off or anything. But no, I don't. I'm too American. I'm too like, it's not like I can't not be polite. Like I can perfectly fine with being polite to people. That's not the issue. But the work culture over there is absolutely horrific compared to like the American work culture. Don't get me wrong. American work culture isn't exactly great. We have a lot of issues of our own. But small shit, right? Like when you go out drinking with your boss after work, you have to, when you clink your mugs together, right, as like a cheers thing, you have to clink your mug lower than their mug to show you know that you're lower than them on the totem pole, sort of thing. That to me, it's like, that's the sort of thing where, like, as an American, I'm like, what in the fuck? Yeah, no problem, Alex. Don't get me wrong, man. When it comes to communism, there's no better killer of communists than other communists. So it's not like we really need a intervention there. History has shown that if there is anybody who is more proficient at killing Asians and communists, it's Asians and communists. So, you know, you just kind of let them keep doing their own thing and they'll kind of sort themselves out in that regard. But yeah, like it, you know, that's not like the one reason I couldn't work in Japan, like the whole clinking glass thing or whatever, right? But it's like, it goes to show, right? It's like their culture has all these little things. And then the work culture itself, where it's like working overtime is expected and going out to drink afterwards is like damn near mandatory sort of things. And I'm like, that's just not me, man. I just want to come in, get my work done. Fine with having work friends and whatnot. But it's like, once I'm done, once I'm off the clock, I want to go home and spend time with my family, you know? Like, I'm good. Like, I'm done. My time is here, is done. I am off the clock and I am. And if you don't get in line, you'll be ostracized. Yeah, exactly. I'm just too American for it. I wouldn't be able to adapt to that. But yeah, I mean, that's also not wrong. Let me see. I need. There it is. Well, yeah, I'd probably be able to adapt. Would I ever be happy with it? No, not in the slightest. I wouldn't. I'm not gonna like fool myself into thinking that. I'd never be able to be happy with that, no. And that's kind of the big thing. So yeah, I'm happy to visit. Happy to go. In fact, it's something I'd like to do at some point, is go visit again. But I could never live there. You ever go see the giant Gundam statue? So we never got to go to mainland Japan, if that's where that is. We were in Okinawa. We were only ever in mainland Japan, down in, I think it was like Nagasaki, for like half a day. Yeah, we never got to go over to like the mainland Japan. Which kind of sucked because it was so fucking hot down in Oki, but like the second we got to Nagasaki, it was so beautiful, like temperate. I was like, God damn, where the fuck was this? Where the fuck was this the entire time, man? But yeah, it was a good time. Regardless, they had a really good I think it was like a beer or something over there that can't remember that for the life of me. Can't remember the name of. Yeah, they did do something with the outdoor boys over there, didn't they? Training over in Japan too is actually really interesting because it's like you have a really limited amount of space. You have a very specific spot that you can do firing, like shooting training on or at. Like sometimes you have to go to different camps or different bases to be able to do live fire shooting because they're like super strict about like what we can and can't do in specific areas. Oh, and taco rice is actually really big over in Okinawa too. That was really good. It's exactly what it sounds like, if you're wondering. It's literally just a taco, but they put it on rice. It's outstanding. Why, thank you, Flips. I appreciate it. My artist did a phenomenal job on it. Yeah, get a little bit of a better look at it if I slap it on like that for you. But yeah, thank you. Well, they adopt all sorts of shit. Funny enough, there's like a reverse weeb culture too, where they like get into like Wild West shit. Where like, you know how Americans will dress up as like anime characters and shit and go to cons? They'll do like dress up as like old school cowboys and shit and like do gatherings and meetups and stuff. It's super funny. It's awesome. And then down in Okinawa, we were near the a base that had a place called American Village, where they just had like a bunch of American memorabilia and shit. Like you walk in and to this one particular store, it was like a tourist attraction store or something. There's just a bunch of like American memorabilia and everything. It was fucking hilarious. Well, Alex, they always say we're doing it to support our own interests in the area. I have yet to hear a compelling argument as to what those interests are. I'm always open to hearing what those interests are, but I've yet to hear a compelling interest as to what the hell they actually are. I am not happy about the amount of fucking money we keep sending over there, though. Oil and Diddy Oil baby party. Look, when it comes to like Iran and Venezuela, right? I get the whole you're denying suppliers of oil to China and Russia. They're getting a lot of oil from Venezuela and Iran. That makes sense to me. China is, I would say, our biggest military threat. Well, military and economic threat probably ever. So it makes sense to deny them a vital resource. Makes total sense. Right? Well, here's the thing. We've been supporting Israel for what, 60 fucking 80, 60 years or whatever the fuck. I don't get the whole alliance with Israel thing. I don't get why we're so staunch in it. That doesn't really make sense to me. Like the amount of money that we send them is more than the next 5 countries we give aid to combined. And that's just Israel alone. That doesn't make any fucking sense to me. Like throw the whole people, because people always make this argument of like, oh well, it's the Jews, it's the, you know, it's the Jews, it's the blah blah blah. It's like, okay, well, throw all that shit aside. Why are we supporting this random country out in the Middle East? Like, what is the American benefit to this? That's all I give a shit about. What is the American benefit to that? Yeah, it's a whole fucking mess out there. It's just dumb. Yeah, Iran also used to be an entirely different country back before the current regime took over. I mean, Iran helped us out during the Iraq War, during like Desert Storm and shit too. But that was back when they were trying to become a little more westernized. And they became, for a Middle Eastern country, they became too west too quickly. And that ended up pushing the rise of their current regime that just took over with an iron fucking fist. But yeah, that's my 2 cents on it. Is I've yet to hear a compelling reason as to why we're still stuck in that mess. I said a compelling reason, Shiro. Yeah, pretty much. Give you $1 billion, you can get at least a couple apartments built for some vets. Honestly, dude. Well, that's also probably one of my biggest gripes at the moment is with this whole fucking kind of mindset that the country has at the moment. This whole like, well, we can support everybody thing, right? We can't support everybody. You know, we're flooding the border with all sorts of people. We've let all sorts of people in the last 4 years. People who aren't American citizens. And all of this money that, you know, all this fraud money, for instance, that keeps getting dug up all over the place, hundreds of millions, probably billions of dollars, if you're able to find every penny of it, that could have been used for helping American citizens who genuinely could not help themselves, or genuinely could have needed the assistance, has been squandered and wasted on people who don't care about the country, came here without the permissions to be here. And then you have a whole half of the country that goes, yeah, no, that's fine. That's how it's supposed to be. Well, when it comes to, I will say too, my biggest gripe when it comes to Israel is Israel's military. I'm not a big fan of Israel's military. More specifically, their ROEs. ROEs, for anyone who don't know, is rules of engagement. And their rules of engagement are far, far too loosey-goosey for somebody that we ally with. They rolled into fucking, what was it? The fucking, it's that territory that they fucking occupy. I'm forgetting the name of it. Having a mind blank moment. I don't know. The fuckers that took all the hostages or whatnot. Well, here's the thing. Shiro, it's not that they don't differentiate between them. They very specifically don't, or the news rather, and people who push information will very specifically not use different terms for them, which is really unfortunate because there is a difference between an immigrant and an illegal alien. However, the news will go out of their way to use the term immigrant even when referring to illegals every time. And they do it on purpose. Because they know that in doing so, people won't be able to separate them mentally from the immigrants, or some people won't be able to separate them mentally from legal immigrants. It's all by design. The people who run that shit aren't stupid. They know exactly what they're doing. They've been causing division for decades and decades and decades. Right? A divided country with people at each other's throats is exactly what helps them keep control and keeps people scared. It's exactly what they want. Makes sense. Yep, system is not failing. System is working exactly as intended.
Oh, she looking straight from the city. Oh man, she looking so pretty. Goddamn, I'd like to get busy. Yeah, so baby girl, come with me. Yeah, we take it outside, oh. Yeah, wanna stay up all night, oh. Yeah, wanna get it all right, oh. Yeah.
Now, here's the thing with the whole system too, right? Because when it comes to our specific system, off topic, what's a good show? See, I'm not much of a TV guy, right? I've been watching a good chunk of anime recently, though. Mostly just because I had a little bit of free time, so I've been catching up on some shows. Do you want, what kind of TV are you looking for? You're looking for like real life TV or anime or? Anime today is too harem focused. Yeah, I tend to watch more old. Well, here's the thing too. Actually, a lot of the recent animes, Shiro, have actually been less harem-esque. A lot of some of the more recent ones that I've been watching, which I've actually really enjoyed. They've been focusing more on couplings, like one-on-ones, which I've actually really, really enjoyed. All right, Alex, you have a good one. Doesn't matter, you like both? Okay. Well, somebody earlier was talking about the Maul show. If you're into Star Wars, the new Darth Maul TV show is apparently really, really good. Not gonna lie, might have been on more of a feel good romance anime streak recently. So that's the kind of anime I've been watching recently. Other than that, though, I've been watching a anime about baseball, and then trying to think. It's like a good one. It's like more generalized. Yeah, I haven't really made that switch yet, Shiro. I might at some point, but for me, I just like anime. I just like watching, like sitting back and watching, you know? Solo Leveling's pretty good. Solo Leveling's pretty good. Let's see. Solo Leveling, if you haven't watched Chainsaw Man, Chainsaw Man's really good. Demon Slayer. I know these are kind of more... Frieren Beyond's Journey's End. If you haven't watched that one I'm actually probably going to put up like my must-watch animes, because that one has been phenomenal. Blue Lock's a really good one if you're into like more sports. It's about soccer. Blue Lock's a really good anime. Leave it at that for now, I suppose. It's a good little few of them. Yeah, sorry, I don't watch a lot of like TV shows, honestly. If I have like free time, I'm like usually playing games and watching YouTube in the background, sort of thing. And then I just kind of have some animes that I watch every now and again, so I don't have too many TV show recommendations. Like Blue Locks, or the baseball one might be pretty good. All right, the baseball one that I've been watching has been Ace of the Diamond. So it's not so much like Blue Lock in terms of story, right? Ace of the Diamond. But if you like Ace of the Diamond and you want something with a little more content, it's an older anime, so it has the old anime style, but it was one of the first animes I ever watched, and I love it to this day. It's called Eyeshield 21. It is about American football in the Japan scene. It's like a high schooler, right? But Eyeshield 21 was, I think, the first sports anime I ever watched, and it was absolutely phenomenal. And as a kid who grew up playing football my entire life, oh my god, dude, I loved it so fucking much. Ever get into Gundam? You know what? I never got into Gundam. Never did. Might be kind of odd, but it's just one of those ones that I just never really got into. Pretty good if you can keep up with it. All right, fair enough. Yeah, there would be a lot to catch up. That'd be like getting into Dragon Ball Z or something. It's got rich politics like Star Wars that add to the universe. Ooh, okay. Interesting. Yeah, that's not too bad at all. I'm gonna have to take a peek at that then. Yeah, I'm one of those losers who like looked at Star Wars politics, and while everyone was like, "Oh, this is so dumb," I was like, "Oh, well, that's actually not a bad reason to start a rebellion, huh?" Yeah, no, that makes sense, and it was actually really ethical of them to use droids as soldiers, because then they can use that to propagandize the fact that they didn't use real soldiers. So it got even more people to their cause against this, what they believe to be the corrupt Senate. That was really smart of them. So, like, fucking everyone hated the Star Wars politics, but I was like, ha! This is some good shit! Bartender, another! I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just wired wrong. I don't know. I think it's also too because like I like history in real life as well. So like the history in the fantasy worlds and sci-fi worlds always get me as well. And when you like to learn history, you understand how wars, what gets people into history most times is like the war aspect of things. Well, you start learning enough about wars, you start to learn, okay, well, why did these wars start? How did they begin? Why did they end? What are the policies and politics behind why these wars began? Why were these people so angry that they went to war? Why did these civil wars happen? It's like, it's interesting stuff, I guess. It's just, I don't know. Excuse me. Yep, I usually stream gaming. That's kind of like my main thing. Today is kind of just today's my birthday, so I'm just kind of doing a little Q&A thing. But my usual stuff is streaming games. I might do more sit down stuff, especially once I get like a model that you guys are able to see me kind of like move around a little bit more, see my facial expressions, and able to kind of see more of me. It's not just a PNG talking. Doing this as just a PNG is just a little awkward in a way. But it's my birthday, so I just wanted a nice, easy day. Granted, my OBS decided to fuck up on me, so now I'm doing this as like the most shotgun, wired together version I could possibly do this as, but, fuck it, we ball. I will get this to work someday. Someday. Not today, but someday. Yeah, I think tomorrow I'll probably be streaming the next game in the Metro series. Metro Last Light, I think it was. Which I think I only delved into for a little bit, so getting into that one should be fun. When's the last time I even played Metro Last Light? Let me just take a look at this. Metro Last Light. Last time I played this, I ruined it. I launched the game to make sure it was working properly. Damn it. Well, I'm assuming it was probably back around 2017, like with Metro 2033. But now we'll never know. Oh well. Well, what other questions do you guys have for me? I know there's only a handful of you in chat at the moment, so I can't put all the burden on y'all, but you guys are welcome to ask anything. I never played Metro. What's it all about? What's your dream game? Well, let me touch on Metro first, I suppose. So Metro is, let's see. If you ever heard of Stalker, it's similar to Stalker in terms of vibe, but it's also similar. It's a mix of Stalker and Fallout, if you've ever heard of those two franchises. So you're in Moscow, you're in the metro system of Moscow. Everyone survived a global nuclear World War III. And there are creatures and unknown entities that lurk in the metro and above ground, and humanity is just trying to survive. But humanity also being humanity means that there are factions and they are all trying to kill each other and gain resources because we just can't fucking help ourselves. Ironically, it's the two main factions in the metro are the Nazis and the communists. Yes, those Nazis, as in Third Reich, Hail Hitler Nazis. And then the communists are, well, the communists, kill your own men included sort of thing. And then your job, you're the main character, your name is Artyom, and you are essentially trying to figure out the secrets of the metro and trying to originally keep your own station alive. And then I don't know the full story of the next two games, which is what I'm going to be playing here. But the reason I'm playing through the Metro series again is because the fourth game in the series, 2039, had actually just gotten announced. So I wanted to play through the original trilogy again in preparation for 2039. Now, what would be my dream game? So what I've found that really sucks me into games is when I am able to build some sort of town or village that has to be defended, kind of a survival-esque setting, but you have townsmen, villagers, English is hard, servants, slaves even, or something, where you can tell them what to build and they'll build it over time. They'll gather the resources because you've designated them to do so. You've built them a hut and they know that that's their job or something. And then they work and they do their thing and they kind of go from there. Now, what setting would this be? I don't actually know. I haven't really thought too much about it. But though that kind of game is probably one of my favorites. In fact, a Minecraft mod that I typically play anytime I go back to playing Minecraft, you know, as like my yearly pilgrimage type thing, as I'll go play Minecraft again, is this called Mine Colonies, and I'll see what's been updated in Mine Colonies, and I'll go build a village in Mine Colonies, and they kind of do that. Sounds kind of like Manor Lords, kind of, yeah, similar, but not quite, right? But yeah, something along those lines, I guess. But also something where it's like you can go out and adventure and you can go do dungeons and you have like this, it's almost a mix of that, Manor Lords or something, but almost like with Skyrim or something, where there's like all this other stuff you can do and there's like specific followers that you can get to know and like care about, and you know. I don't know. It's kind of hard for me to communicate it, I guess. But take a mix of maybe Manor Lords, Skyrim, and like Bellwright, if you've ever seen me play that. Something along those lines. Did you like Palworld or Ark? Yeah, I liked both of those, actually. I played it a little bit. It's one of those, Palworld and Ark is one of those games where they're fun enough to play. And Palworld suffers from this a lot less than Ark does, but Ark kind of gets to the point where it gets to this kind of spot where you're just kind of grinding for specific resources over and over. Yeah, Bellwright's kind of grindy, unfortunately. Arc, you just kind of get to this point where you're just kind of grinding for resources over and over, and progress just really stalls, and it's just not as fun. Palworld, I think they actually did a pretty good job at this, where it's like most of your production comes from the different little outposts you set up. But funny enough, my gripe for Palworld comes from the outpost system. I don't think it's quite robust enough, and you can't do enough with it for it to really hook me. Was kind of my issue with it. Soul Mask has pretty good automation with employees. Soul Mask, I don't know if I've ever even heard of Soul Mask, honestly. Let me look at that real quick, see what that is. You've had 200 hours in Palworld and you agree with me? Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Oh shit, but like the combat and the progression and like using the guns and stuff I think was fun in Palworld and everything. It's just something with Power, it's too early access, I think. I think they just need to do more with it. Soul Mask, what is this? Don the ancient mask, wield the power of gods, possess any of your tribesmen, recruit followers, and build a thriving automated civilization. Strive, expand, forge your own legacy in vast open world together with friends. 1.0 has been available. Huh. That's pretty fucking expensive. What the hell? It's like techno shit in here. This reminds me of Conan Exiles.
Take a look in the mirror. Are you seeing some fear? You hear the voice in your ear. Can you start to see clear? Are the bad thoughts near? Or can you be where your feet are when you stand right here and say no? I'm never gonna give up.
Yeah, this reminds me of Conan Exiles. Just off the vibe. The English reviews are mostly positive, but the recent reviews are mixed, which is an odd mix. Pretty much, but better employees and better combat in your opinion? Okay, interesting. That might be worth looking into, honestly. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Also flying ships with the new update. Ah, okay. All right, what else you guys got for me? What other questions you got?
That's right. Sometimes all we really need is hope.
SCP-5K alpha testing. Oh, interesting.
You don't wanna fuck with me, don't wanna test your luck with me, cause if you try to fuck with me, I'll take all your body parts to a fucking graveyard. 6 feet I'm ostracized and traumatized by everything I'm not. Alright, I'm lost inside, and anything I say you better listen up.
Do you play Arc Raiders? I do, actually, on occasion with my buddies. In fact, I think one of the updates for Arc Raiders is coming out here shortly, so we'll probably end up playing that. when it comes out on the 28th, so next Tuesday. Yeah, I think he said that fell through. So yeah, we'll probably end up doing that next Tuesday, honestly. Favorite genre of music? Oh gosh, I actually don't really have... I don't know if I'd call it a favorite genre per se. I listen to a lot of divorced dad rock. A lot of like, I don't know, Linkin Park, 3 Days Grace, Skillet, Disturbed, you know, things like that. I'd say divorced dad rock would probably be the go-to there. Divorced dad rock? Well, I kind of listed off the bands. I think you can kind of get the gist of it from there. I don't remember who made the joke about it from a while back. One of my friends, but it honestly just kind of stuck. Excuse me. Yeah, I don't know, just that like early 2000s kind of rock. That'd probably be what I'd say would be my go-tos. If you were stuck playing one genre of games for the rest of your life, what would it be? Fuck. That's a phenomenal question. Oh, God. If I were stuck doing one genre for the rest of my life, what would it be? One genre. Oh gosh, I'm trying to think. I don't know. I think it would have to be, if I'm making it as broad as possible, I would say either strategy or management games. If I were trying to go for as broad a net as possible, right? In management, I almost feel like could encompass strategy to a degree, right? But I play so many strategy games, I play so many like management type games that I think I love FPS games, and frankly, I'm pretty damn good at them too. But I think I could probably go without them if I needed to. As for the expeditions, I don't really do the expeditions, no. I have put like resources toward the expeditions in the past. but I've never actually like done them, if that makes sense. I know my buddy has done the expeditions. I think he's actually done 2 of them at this point, but I don't play Arc Raiders nearly enough to like reliably collect the required materials to like do it constantly. Arc Raiders is one of those games that I kind of play mostly when I'm playing with my buddies, if that makes sense. I'm not much of like a solo Arc player. I'm feeling hella reckless, cashing on my checks, rich hickeys on my neck, shit, she's on the offensive, I do not know my set list, still I'm gonna get lit, yeah I have a death wish, live until I'm breathless, I'ma stay progressive, she gon' stay obsessive, life is so expensive, do everything excessive, I think my brain's defective, yeah, can't think when she's aggressive, yeah, she snuck into my section. But yeah. You think I'd learn my lesson, yeah. And we ain't getting no sleep. These girls don't even know me. Let me see here. Like Drake, I'm getting trophies. You want it, girl, then show me, yeah. And we ain't getting no sleep. These girls don't even know me. Like Drake, I'm getting trophies. You want it, girl, then show me. Cause we ain't getting no sleep. There we go. That makes more sense. Sitting up in the front of the class, using that ass, she gonna pass, keeping her pad and her pen in her lap, she been so bad with the men in her past, now she just want the professor so bad, I'll give her lessons that she never had, like taking a freshman and well, this is an intense song. We're gonna skip that one. They say life will bring discomfort, and I discovered we all just suffer cause no one feels that bad, and it comes from one another, we hurt each other just like a lover, and don't think twice about that. Let's see here. Yeah, and I feel like something's bad, but hell I'm used to that, I always turn my back, yeah. Well. If you were a galactic warlord, what army would you want and why? So here's the question. Am I picking any army in like sci-fi, or like can I mix and match here? Or am I picking a specific army within a specific franchise? Or what's the criteria here? Because that could vary my answer pretty heavily on that. Anything specific series-wise? Your dream army if you were to be a galactic warlord? Well. Damn, that would be... quite the quite the task then. In terms of like how many specific. Well, let's see. Sci-fi warlord. Spanning out across the cosmos, right? All right. What's the general vibe? Am I is this a give me this much at least. Hey, Quotes, how's it going? And yes, it is my birthday. Give me this much at least. Is it like a grimdark universe, like a 40K thing? Is this like I'm trying to keep the peace afterwards sort of thing? Like a Star Wars galaxy, or maybe like a Mass Effect galaxy, before the Reapers and all that. What's my end goal here? Is it burn the universe, or am I trying to keep it intact for afterwards? Because that will deviate my answer from two options here. Why, thank you, Wolf. Thank you, Wolf. Holy shit. Thank you, Quotes. You're Wolf now. Sorry, Quotes. Just how it is. I fucked up on saying it, so that's how it is. But thank you, Quotes. I appreciate it. And then flips, I'd say Mandalorian armor, honestly. Like, a lightsaber's really damn cool and all, but here's the thing. I am not a Jedi. I wouldn't be able to block laser beams coming my way regardless. But you know what can block laser beams? Beskar. And I'd be covered in that shit. Not to mention, if somebody else has a lightsaber, I now have a flamethrower on my wrist. And I will more than likely make a jacking off motion before I fire it. No, Shiro. If I'm gonna be a goddamn galactic warlord, I'm doing it humanity first. I'm not gonna be a filthy fucking Xeno warlord, alright? What kind of man do you take me for, Shiro? You think I'm gonna use aliens in my army? What kind of disgusting freak do you take me for? Goddamn. Ah, it's all good, Quotes. We all fumble chicks here and there. All right. Here's my baseline army for world conquest, right? Or galactic conquest. For my basic troops, I'm taking the Imperial Guard. Because these motherfuckers are tenacious as shit, and frankly, if they were up against damn near anything, look. Shiro. When it comes to aliens, we have two simple rules. Especially as a Marine. Can I fuck it or can I kill it? Okay. Twi'leks are in the fuck it category. When I'm in my role as Supreme Warlord of the Universe, Galactic Warlord of the Universe, we're not talking about the can we fuck it aliens right now. All right, we're talking about the can we kill it aliens right now, okay? The can we fuck it aliens, the Twi'leks, okay, those are back in the palace, okay? We're not talking about those right now. Those are back in the palace, okay? Torquedudas, the Twi'leks, the, all the chicks from Mass Effect, back in the palace, okay? Palace. Right now we're talking about, like, the filthy fucking Xenos that we're killing, okay? Goddamn, get with the program. But I'd say Imperial Guard for the Imperial Guard for my basic infantry troops, because like those guys, tenacious as shit, fanatical as fuck. Their weaponry, like if they were fighting up against anything that wasn't 40k, devastating as shit, right? Boing, boing, boing is wild. I think they would make phenomenal, like, run-of-the-mill grunt frontline troops if we're going for galactic domination here, right? We're going special forces. We got to go with the Spartans, right? Spartan 2, Spartan 3s. Those guys are absolutely fucking phenomenal. I would take them even over the Space Marines. I mean, those guys are just fucking lethal in Mjolnir. Anything with Space Marines, and then weirdly enough, I think a good supplement to them, Starcraft Troopers. Starcraft Troopers don't get the love they deserve, but those guys are damn near on par with Space Marines, and it does not get talked about nearly enough as it should be. But they wouldn't be my main special force unit. For stealth operations, I'd want something akin to Republic Commando teams, 4-man squads that I can send to the back lines. That is my helmet, yes. Something along the lines of like a Republic Commandos, 4-man stealth teams that I can send in to essentially planets just to wreak havoc. And as for navies, like space navies, what's a really good space navy that we have? I think if I were to do any sort of naval force, it would be, I think I'd use the CIS naval force. The drones, the droid swarms. What way would you play Minecraft Survival from scratch? Imperium Navy with Star Wars warp drives. Hey, the CIS is commanded by humanity, okay? Dooku is their daddy. Bending the rules a little bit by using the clankers, but it works. These clankers are at least slaves. They know their place. How would you play Minecraft Survival from scratch with keep inventory, no other cheats or commands? How would I play it from scratch? Modded. I'd play it modded. Probably with like, actually I was talking about earlier with like mine colonies or something. So actually, if I were to make like a genuine no shit fleet, what I would probably do is I would have a front line of Imperium ships. I would have a back line of CIS carriers and Venators, and then a rear line of Mac-laden Halo ships. So like marathons, Infinity classes, if we could afford them. Just anything with a fucking Mac that could snipe shit. But what about Mass Effect? No, nothing for Mass Effect. Mass Effect has an absolute dog shit navy. Yeah, I think that's the force I'd take over the galaxy with. Easy day. A mod that makes netherite armor and swords turn into the Mandalorian armor and a lightsaber and a flame bow into flamethrower. Goddamn. Just have a navy of super star destroyers. Oh, that reminds me. I'd have a couple Death Stars just for, you know, destroying things of large nature, such as Yuzan Vong capital ships and Tyranid flesh amalgamations and you know, rebel planets. And no, we can't have a navy of just super star destroyers. That was the exact problem that the Imperial Navy had, is they went all in on just the big ships and they got anally fucked by fighters because of it. Oh, dude, I play Minecraft once like every year or two, dude. And I just had my pilgrimage like 2-3 months ago, so I won't be playing Minecraft again for another like year at least. No, I'm not saying no. I'm not saying there was actually 2 superstar destroyers if you're talking about the Battle of Endor, by the way. There was 2 superstar destroyers present. And no, I mean they went only large ships, and then they never had any supporting ships. No, Technoblade didn't say Legends never die. Technoblade said Technoblade never dies. Oh wait, no, I think he did say Legends never die at some point too, didn't he? Let me shut my whore mouth, my bad. Let me never disrespect the goat like that again. Tarkin Doctrine, yes sir. Should have just gone with fucking should have gone with the filthy alien. He may be a filthy alien, but that chiss knew what he was doing. Admiral Thrawn. Yeah, Admiral in the Navy. Yes, I'm talking about Thrawn. Filthy blue alien. Disgusting. In my Imperial Navy. Ow. Yeah, they had focused more production on more small support. Frankly, they'd focused more on just anti-fighter vessels. I mean, shit, they would have been set. Yeah, they nerfed him in canon, which is the wild thing, or the new canon. They nerfed him so fucking hard that they had to let a child beat him. Favorite Dorito flavor? Cool Ranch. 100% Cool Ranch. I will reach for that blue bag before any other bag every time. However, I will say, I don't remember the exact name of the flavor, but whatever Dorito the purple bag is also phenomenal. I just don't remember what the flavor was. Yeah, quotes at this point, you have me lost. I have no idea what you're talking about at this point. Sweet spicy chili, that was it. That was another good one. We're to the point now, quotes, where I see what you have written. I see that it is in English. I just don't recognize any of the words in that order as something coherent to me. Ah, gotcha. That makes more sense. Yeah, I'd have loved to see a Thrawn that was more akin to Legends, honestly. Just this unstoppable tactician where it's like the heroes genuinely just have zero chance at stopping the guy, regardless of what they're trying. But unfortunately, they introduced him in a kids show, so they kind of were forced to make him lose, which sucked. Nah, I haven't seen that, Flips.
I'ma hit it in the back if she let me. And take your time, baby, getting ready. I want you looking fine or looking sexy. Yeah, yeah. I be turning up. Got no ID, but she cute as fuck. So I told her she could kick it, but I said she couldn't touch. Now all she wants to do is kiss and hug. I could go all day.
You said cream soda, huh? Never been a fan of cream soda. So I don't think I'm missing out too much on that. Well, quotes, what other questions you got for me, bud? You're the most recent one you got here. You are welcome to free reign, or you're welcome to ask with free reign, bud. Though I will warn you, if it's things about Minecraft, I probably won't know much about it.
17, welcome to the team. Oh, oh, yeah. I deal in bulk like I'm Costco. Yeah, I got this shit on lock though. Yeah, invest my money in my stock. Oh, yeah. So I'm growing around the clock.
It's only 11 p.m. for me, so.
She got a nice treat her right, yeah. She's sipping white, yeah. We go all night till we see the sunlight, yeah. Oh yeah, I'm living up life like a baller. I'm living like white, like I'm
I've still got an hour yet for that.
always call me, I never call her. Oh yeah, I'm living this life like a baller. Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive.
Let's see here.
Take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing. Won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless.
Here we are. Well, you can ask. If it's something I can't answer, I can just tell you I can't answer it.
They don't wanna see me care. Anytime I make some progress, I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air. Am I paranoid?
As for how many days, I don't think there's ever been a time I've played Minecraft where I've like counted the days of how long I've ever been able to keep a world. I don't really play Minecraft in that way.
That I go, I know you hate that. I've been doing fine. I'm not wasting any more time. I live for the fight and the climb.
I don't think I've ever seen Minecraft as like a competitive experience, I guess.
So I won't give up, I'm gonna make it to the top. I don't care what's in my way, I swear I'm never gonna stop. I could fall flat on my face and I swear I will get back up. Cause I don't deserve a thing and the road ahead is tough. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing. Won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless.
I'm gonna assume that's a lot. If I could have any animal in the world as a pet, which one would it be? And I'm assuming it's not an issue of like tameability, like they'd be tame, petable, like petable, like they would be functioning fully as a pet sort of thing. Any animal in the world. Well, in terms of any animal in the world, I think I'm happy with my dog, honestly. If you're talking about like a fictional animal, I'd probably do like a dragon or something. Having a dragon as a pet would be badass, like a European dragon. But if I were to pick like an unconventional pet for an animal, right? I think I would take a fox. I think I'd take a fox and make it a pet. Little cat software and dog hardware. I think they'd make for a fun pet. And their little chuckle thing they do is really cute too. They're also kind of small and compact, so they won't take up a bunch of space. If I was able to shapeshift, is this the question you thought was going to be too personal, Quotes? If I was able to shapeshift, what would I become? I was about to say, I don't really think that's all that personal. Yeah, Quote, you're welcome to ask whatever question you're thinking of asking. I'll just let you know if it's too personal or not. You don't got to make that decision for yourself. All right. Shapeshift. If I were to shapeshift, I don't know. I mean, I like being a human, so in terms of just shapeshifting in general, I don't know. I'd probably just shapeshift myself into like the ideal self I'd want to be, I guess, in terms of like. No, I'm single as fuck, if that's what you're asking. Yeah, I don't know. I'd probably just like change a couple things about me and keep on keeping on if I were able to shapeshift. A bigger dick or something, I don't know. Actually, probably shouldn't do that. I'm pretty happy with it, so. Oh, fictional characters in the shapeshift category. No, I mean, I'm still happy to be me. That's the thing. It's like I don't really want to be anyone else, even if it was like a fictional character. I don't know. I wouldn't want to be anyone else. I'd want to be me. I don't know if I'd really do anything with shapeshifting abilities other than just improving upon myself. It might be kind of a boring answer, but it's the truth. Well, everyone else found out earlier. I'm 26. I was born in 2000. And that was based off of me saying I was aging with the millennium. There you go.
Everybody on the top got the same sound. Everything I'm about to drop, make a name now. Yeah, y'all don't really know, y'all don't really know. Y'all don't really know, y'all don't really know. Yeah, I ain't never gonna be the same now. I'ma tear up this whole fucking game now. Yeah, y'all don't really know, y'all don't really know. Y'all don't really know, y'all don't really know. I got so many bars, call it kamikaze. Ain't nobody ever gonna ever stop me. And I know that I could be a little cocky. That's the byproduct of hard work. No, it's
But yeah, if your question was about dating life, if I was dating anyone, no, I am single. Am single, been single since I divorced my ex-wife. Have no plans on becoming not single anytime soon. I am very picky about partners now after the disastrous mistakes of my past. How what? How do I have 2 kidneys and you'll take one? I'm assuming cutting it out, hopefully with anesthesia or something. How's a respectful man like you single? Because I have very specific stipulations for someone I want to be a partner with, and if and when I do find people that I mesh well with, we need to connect on very specific things, and then if and when we do connect on very specific things, they also need to like me back, and I need to fit within their wants as well. And that's a very hard thing to do. And it's something that I just at this point refuse to settle on. Most I'll give you on that is just it didn't work out. It didn't work out, and I learned a lot of lessons from it. No, you're fine. I'll shut it down entirely if I think it's like too personal or, whatever. I'm pretty open book about most things, but at the same time, I try to just keep at least somewhat of an air of I don't know the exact word I'm looking for in terms of... Excuse me. Well, the character himself is based off of me in terms of just the head and face and all that. My ears aren't quite so big, but it's kind of more of a stylized decision on my artist's part. And my beard's bigger. But no, there's actually quite a few differences for me and him that I'm looking at it. But based on is more I know I did. But the armor and whatnot, and the idea behind the character is just he's a grunt. He's just a normal human who, like all the humans who in all these sci-fi universes, Warhammer, Star Wars, Mass Effect, is just the normal human on the front lines facing up against impossible odds. He's not a main character. He's not anything special. He's just a guy. And then the armor's obviously based off of Clone Trooper armor. Yeah, the Metro series, we're playing through the rest of it. I know tomorrow I'll be playing Metro Last Light, the second game in the Metro series. We just finished up Metro 2033 the other day. So we're moving on to Last Light. I know we're doing probably Arc Raiders next Tuesday, or maybe in 2 Tuesdays, something along the lines. Give me a fucking cheeseburger, says your brother. What? Wait. A dude needs to go to Call of Duty's Burger Town, I guess. Other than that, I don't really know what other games I have planned at the moment. I think one of my buddies wanted to play Party Animals, I think, but I don't know if that plan fell through or not. I don't know, I'd have to check with him. But yeah, I think those are the current games on the docket. Other than that, Metro Last Light, Metro Exodus, and then I'll figure it out from there. Pretty much just whatever comes across my plate. Shoot games that some people recommend. I really should have like a Discord channel with like recommended games or something that I can like look through or something. I don't play Fortnite unless I have like friends that want to play it or something. And I hate build mode. I think build mode is an abomination to gaming. If I shoot a bullet at you and next thing I know you're in the Leaning Tower of Pisa, I just want to fucking quit the game right then and there. It's stupidest fucking game mechanic in history. I'll play no build if I play Fortnite. I probably should play some more first person shooters here and there. I just don't really have many on or downloaded at the moment in terms of like first person shooter. Yeah, I remember when Save the World was supposed to be the primary game mode in Fortnite. Way back in the olden days. Back in the 2010s. Wasn't there like a controversy recently? It was like about Fortnite or something, or was it? It's like they've reduced the amount of currency you got for buying like a bundle of the currency. You got like less currency in it or something. I don't remember if it was Fortnite or something or another. Resident Evil Revelations. We already played RE9. Or wait, no, that was Requiem, not Revelations. Yeah, so it was Fortnite then. Yeah. Alright, Revelations would be a cool one. I'll have to look into it. Yeah, it looks like it is on Steam, if nothing else, so... Yeah, I'll have to take a peek at this at some point. It's got the Orbitus virus in the other one. All right. Yeah, I saw a 1 and a 2 in there, so. Let's see here. Let me see something real quick. There we go. More upbeat songs keep me awake longer.
Searching for greatness in a sea of the dying and shameless, a sea of the aimless. I don't wanna be one of the nameless. I'ma wake up with the mindset that one day I'm gonna make it, and I don't think I'll be fine if I don't break my limitations. Don't try to stop me, I exist to write my own story. I'll make a decision if I want some peace or if I want the glory. Yeah, don't want a life that is complacent or possibly boring. I just want a life that is worth every day exploring. My whole life
Oh yeah. I think for the most part here. Let's see. Yeah, I got those three. All right, we've going about 2.5-ish hours here, so I'm probably going to shut things down here. Just go enjoy the rest of my night. I think everyone's got just about all the questions they wanted to get asked, I think. So my thoughts on trans people. In what specific context? Because I have different thoughts on them in different contexts. Male to female specifically? Well, I don't really care if it's male to female or female to male in terms of like specifics, right? But in terms of, I see transgenderism as a mental illness, just as like a flat, as like a flat line. It kind of sucks that we really don't treat transgenderism as a mental illness anymore. We kind of just propagate it as like this thing to be, instead of worked with a patient on. It's normalized in the sense of, yeah, it does hit hard. But it is what it is in reality. It's when your mind and your body have a disconnect. I pity them. Now, here's where transgenderism gets to be an issue, is when transgender children are a thing. Transgender children, people under the age of 18, hell, people under the age of like 25 before their brain really even fully develops, but you're a legal adult at 18, you can do as you please. If you're under the age of 18, if somebody puts you on puberty blockers or anything along those lines where it is going to permanently affect your growth in any way, shape, or form, like it is transitioning you away from what your body is going to naturally do, before you yourself even fully understand what your mind is going to be like, even as a full-grown adult. Which a lot of children are confused about who they are in general without this whole mindset behind transgenderism. You know, back before transgenderism, it was the whole gay thing, right? So when I was a kid growing up, I'll touch on puberty blockers in a second here. So when I was growing up, it was very popular to come out as gay because there was a lot of growing support for it, right? So you would get a lot of positive communal attention if you came out as gay, right? So a lot of people would come out as gay, especially if they were struggling and they needed help and they were confused about who they were. But as they grew up, they would they weren't gay anymore. Like they were like, oh, well, I was just kind of doing that because I didn't know what else to do. You know, I was confused. And here's the difference between transgenderism and being gay. People think there's a quote fix to being transgender. They think that if they put you on these hormones, if they give you these surgeries, you're going to magically wave a wand, feel better about yourself. It's been shown time and time again that you're not. It's the unfortunate reality about things, is that the rate of people who very unfortunately take their lives before and after surgeries and differences in hormone blockers and all that, there's very little difference in the actual fatality rate between those two, because it is such a severe mental illness. but you're worsening someone's odds severely when you put them on hormone blockers, puberty blockers. I'll explain what those are now. They'll take a teenager and put them on a male to female, or female to male, and they'll affirm that they're male, and they'll put them on a puberty blocker so that they don't get their period. They take away their ability to be put on their period. They lose their ability, and they don't grow properly internally and chemically as a woman. Well, here's the thing. What happens when they realize, when they're 18, 19, 20, in their early 20s, and they realize that they were confused? They weren't transgender. They were just confused and asking for help and didn't know how to ask for help. And there's these adults that they trusted push this on them, and now it's irreversible and they can't go back. It's how they filter out their uterus, yes. So on one hand, with transgenderism, when it comes to transgenders and transgender adults and people who genuinely have that mental illness, which I think when it comes to the population of people who genuinely have that illness is far fewer a population than the studies show, because I think people do it for popularity points more than people actually do it for the sake of them actually being the thing. I think they do it to fit in, just like they did with being the popular thing of being gay back in the early 2000s, 2010s. The only thing is there was no permanent transition to being gay. We didn't see like a negative downfall to people who decided to do that for popularity's sake or to fit in for anything, because they could go back to being whatever they wanted to be, gay, bisexual, straight, whatever, afterwards, when they had figured themselves out once they were an adult. You can't go back when you push all this trans shit on children. It doesn't give them a choice to go back. So that's why I said, when it comes to trans, it's like, what's your opinion on trans folks? Well, in what context? You're an adult, you're trans, do what you want. I don't care. Don't push it on kids. They don't have a choice in the matter. If you are someone who genuinely and truly thinks that advocating for something like quote, quote, trans kids is an okay thing to do, I personally believe you're a fucking monster. And you're a person who cannot genuinely see the ramifications of long-term effects on someone. The long-term effects of people's choices, and you just want that short-term feel good, oh, I did a good thing. And you will actively fuck people over while doing it. Yes, once you are on these hormone block, because here's the thing, the argument for the whole trans kids things isn't about, oh, well, is physical surgery okay? Is chemical changing okay, right? It's not about, hey, can we permanently change? Is it okay to permanently change these children chemically, right? That's not the discussion for some reason. The discussion is, for whatever reason, is, oh, well, why isn't it okay for us to physically change them when they're young? Because for some reason, it's already okay in many states to chemically permanently change them. Like by the time they're 12. which is insane to me. Hey, thanks for the subscribe, Medissa. Oh, that alert box is supposed to be over the, here, hold on, let me, there we go. What do you mean, how do you know if you can or can't remove implants? What do you mean by implants? There was no part of that discussion that had implants involved, bud. Yeah, let me turn the music back on. I thought I was going to be ending the stream there for a minute, but I think we might be talking for a little bit more at least. There we go. Off topic, if a girl gets implants to make them more like breast implants? I'll be entirely honest with you, dude. I'm not too familiar with like breast implants or anything. I don't know how that whole process works. I don't know if they can be like removed later on or something. I don't have any of that information. You don't gotta be sorry about it. I just don't have the information. Excuse me. Shiro says, I do believe they can be removed. It may depend on the type of implant. Yeah, that'd be the best I could give you. I'm not familiar with how breast implants work, so I know there's silicone. That's like the best I know about it. Yeah, that's really about it. When it comes to things like trans as a whole, right? What I like to say is there's a difference between gay people, trans people, queer people, and the LGBTQ, right? The LGBTQ group, right? Like that whole group movement is an absolutely disgusting, corrupt group full of fucking pedophiles and people who take advantage of each other. And this is something I talk to my my gay friends and like Ruko, he was here earlier. He's a gay guy, and this is something I talk to him quite a bit about. The LGBTQ. is not something that a gay person has to associate with. They're an absolutely disgusting, vile group that pushes for absolutely horrific shit. We're talking about the whole trans kids things. They've associated with shit with like pedophilia and all that crap, right? Just because somebody is gay does not mean they have to be a part of this, part of the LGBTQ and all that crap. Just like if you're black, you don't have to be a part of like BLM or some shit. And I think for the benefit of like gay folk and trans folk and all that, if it would be very beneficial for them if they start making it a point to people that the LGBTQ is an organization, like BLM is an organization that does not represent all gays, all trans and whatnot, because they get themselves in hot water so often. Off topic, how are there more wheels or more doors in the world? I'd say there's probably more doors in the world, I'd have to imagine. Just based on the fact that there's more houses in the world than there are cars. And even if you do count for cars, most cars have at least 2 to 4 doors, which kind of makes up for the difference there. Well, of course, then you got things like bikes and scooters and all that shit, right? So, I don't know. It's probably an impossible equation. My vote's on doors, though. Fuck it, I'm sticking with it. Doors. I'm on team doors. What would you count as doors and wheels? Doors are anything with a handle that you can open that reveals an enclosed space. I guess it doesn't have to involve an enclosed space, right? I think it can be like a gate. I'd include like a gate in a door as a door, right? Hey, Wesley, how's it going? And then as like a wheel, any circular object that's used for transportation. Not good. That's unfortunate. That's true. Trump and some government are trying to remove trans men from women's sports. Oh, yeah, well, that's a given. That never should have been a thing to begin with. I think even the Olympic Committee just for the next Olympics said that trans men couldn't compete in women's sports. Or women's events. And that's less of a thing for like, oh, it's anti-trans men, and more so you should be for it to protect women's ability to play sports fairly. You accidentally started a fight. Well, I recommend instead of accidentally starting a fight, purposely start a fight next time. And oh, it was with a friend. Never mind. My bad. I was gonna say like purposely start a fight and then make it into a trap and then like beat their ass and that. But yeah, if it was with your friend, my bad. Because my second part of that was gonna be like have your boys roll up behind them sort of thing, but can't have your boy roll up behind your boy. Ooh, dating drama. Lovely. That's a whole separate issue, quotes. That is a whole separate issue. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Wesley. I hope it doesn't, like, you know, affect any of your other relationships too much long term, bud. Sucks that you're going through it right now, though, man. Fairly recent thing, then, Yeah, that's a whole other can of worms, quotes, honestly. That's kind of what I mean with the whole LGBTQ thing. What you mean by that, Wes? Yeah, I get what you mean, quotes. Well, if she's got a light fuse and it isn't comfortable being around her, then yeah, I'd say don't be around her. I know there's feelings involved and it's easier said than done, but if she's not good for your mental health to be around, then it's probably best to start detaching yourself and not be around her. Everyone's playing Fortnite recently, apparently. Have a good one, Wes.
I'm honest and broken. I flow like the ocean, I feel you were chosen to fix me, I'm broken. My heart that you stolen, ayy. Stay with me, play with me, lay with me. Hate to see when you leave, chemistry feels like it's destiny. I just want you laying next to me, and I really don't want you to ever leave. On your body feels like taking on a drug. You got me feeling good, yeah, you got me feeling numb. Everything you do, I can't seem to get enough. You got me feeling good, yeah, you got me feeling numb. Touching on your body feels like taking on a drug. You got me feeling good, yeah, you got me feeling numb. Everything you do, I can't seem to get enough. You got me feeling good, yeah, you got me feeling numb.
Yeah, entirely reasonable.
Better days when I used to be young and free. I remember her like it was yesterday. She was so beautiful to me. In my mind sometimes I'll run away to this time back in history. She reminds me of the summertime, way back in 2003. Hey, she was a cutie in a sundress. I told her I just had to confess, I got a crush on you, darling. Them long tan legs got me falling. And I know we just met, yeah, yeah. But I heard that love at first sight ain't a myth. Oh no, yeah. I wanna take you out on a dance floor, girl. I wanna hear you screaming out for some more, girl. I wanna do something that they call crazy. Call you my baby, my pretty lady. I wanna be with you until we're fucking 80. I wanna watch the sunset with you daily.
I have no idea how the hell that happens.
Always chasing, hearts racing. When I'm with you, I'm just saying back to all the better days when I used to be young and free. I remember her like it was yesterday. She was so beautiful to me. In my mind sometimes I'll run away to this time back in history. She reminds me of the summertime, way back in 2003. I've been chilling on the coast with my homegirl. The palm trees and the time moving slow, girl. Back to my place, hey, you can call it home, girl.
Fucking hell, dude. All right, well, now we're getting upwards about 3 hours instead of 2.5 hours, so I actually am going to wrap things up now. All right, guys, well, thanks for hanging around. Birthday is wrapping up to a close here as is. It's starting to become about midnight for me, so. Absolutely, you guys have a good night as well. Thanks for hanging around. Y'all have a good one.